Hello students. Today we are going to solve two problems of income from profession. These problems I have already solved in second BCom B. Okay. So second BCom B students still can watch for revision purpose. Okay. And I have not solved these questions in second BCom A. Okay. So take down the question. I want everybody to write on their book. Okay. So let's read the question. We'll understand the question first and then we'll solve. Given below is income and expenditure account of Mr. X, an advocate and MP. Prepare statement of total income and find gross total income. Okay. You are supposed to find gross total income. That means you will be calculating income from salary, income from house property, income from profession, capital gains and other source. Okay. Let us see his incomes. Okay. So first one is, see on the income side, by consultation fees. So consultation fees is a professional income. So consultation fees will be income from profession. By fees for special cases. Okay. This is also a professional income. Okay. He is an advocate. So his fees. So this is also professional income, 18,000. This is also professional income. Then next one is by gift from client. So gift from client, that is also a professional income. Gift received from client is always professional income. Okay. Next one is by dividend. By dividend, 15,500. Okay. So we will assume this dividend is from Indian company. Okay. So it is exempt. Next, by interest on bank FD. By interest on bank FD, 9,000. This is income from other source. Correct? Next, by half share of profit from firm. Okay. Share of profit from firm is exempt. Correct? Next, by director's fees. So by director's fees is income from other source, 9,200. Okay. Next, by interest on POSB account. So interest on POSB account up to 3,500 is exempt. So here amount is 1,000. So this will be exempt. Okay. Next one is by rent received. Okay. So rent received 20,000 is income from house property. Okay. So these are all the incomes. Now let's see the expenses. Okay. To household expenses. This is a personal expense. Correct? So you have to ignore. You will only consider professional expenses. Okay. So to household expenses, it is a personal expense. Next, to office expenses, this is a professional expense. Okay. So while calculating income from profession, you will subtract office expense. To donation to political party, any donation is personal. Okay. So to donation to political party, this is personal. So you have to ignore this. To donation to National Defense Fund. Okay. It is also donation. It is personal. Okay. Next, to car purchased. Okay. Now one asset is purchased for rupees 1,25,000. Whenever asset is purchased, whenever anybody has a asset which can be depreciable. So car is a depreciable asset. Correct? So you can claim depreciation from this. Okay. A car is purchased for rupees 1,25,000. Now depreciation can be claimed from this. Okay. We'll assume that this car is purchased for business purpose. For his profession only he has purchased. Okay. We'll assume this for now. Let's see later if any adjustment is given. Okay. Next one is To car expenses. Car expenses 29,000. Okay. Next, to local tax on house. Okay. This local tax on house is municipal tax. Okay. So rent received is 20,000. Okay. Which is your GAV minus municipal tax paid 2,000. Then 18,000 will be your NAV. To net income. This net income is the balancing figure. Let's see the adjustments. He used car for private purpose and claims a deduction of rupees 16,750 towards expenses for professional purpose. The meaning of this adjustment is that car he purchased for private purpose, but now he is using for professional purpose also. So this car is partly private and partly personal. Okay. So claims deduction of rupees 16,750 towards car expenses. How much is his total car expenses? His total car expenses is 29,000, correct? In your income and expenditure account, you can see car expenses is 29,000. Out of this 29,000, 16,750 is professional. And remaining amount, which is 29,000 minus 16,750, minus 16,750 is 12,250. Okay. So 12,250 is personal. So that means only 16,750 can be claimed. Okay. And 12,250 cannot be claimed. Only professional expenses can be claimed. Okay. So he used car for private purpose and claimed deduction of rupees 16,750 towards car expenses for professional purpose. Okay. So out of 29,000, car expenses 29,000, 16,750 can be claimed. So only 16,750 can be deducted from income from profession. Okay. Next one is rate of depreciation 15%. This rate of depreciation is for the car because car is only one depreciable asset this person is having. So car he purchased for 1,25,000, correct? And 1,25,000, 15% is depreciation. So 15% is how much? How much it comes to? Calculate. 1,25,000 into 15%. It comes to 18,750. Okay. So 18,750 should be the depreciation, but this car is used for private as well as for profession, correct? So this 18,750 you will distribute in the ratio of 16,750 and 12,250. This ratio. In this ratio. Okay, because car is partly personal and partly professional. So 18,750 in the ratio of 16,750 and 12,250. Got it? So when you calculate in that ratio, it will come to 18,750. 18,750 divided by 29,000 multiplied by 16,750, which is 10829. 10829.7, that means 10830. So 10830. So 10830 depreciation can be claimed for car. Okay. Next, let's see the next adjustment. Being MP, he received rupees 85,000 as salary per month. So what will be the where you can claim, under which head you can show this income? Income from salary? No, this is income from other sources, because income of MP MLA is income from other sources, correct? Salary of MP MLA is income from other sources. So he received 85,000 as salary per month as a MP, so this is income from other source. Okay, so 85,000 into 12 is taxable under the head income from other source. Okay, next one, and rupees 1 lakh as daily allowance. Okay, so his daily allowance is 1 lakh. Daily allowance received to MP MLA all is exempt. Okay, so this 1 lakh is exempt income. Daily allowance received to MP MLA is exempt. Okay. Next, he claims rupees 15,000 per month as deduction for expenses of his office. So this 15,000 per month is for his office. Wait, there's a, okay, office for conducting parliamentary appearance. It is like that. Okay, this office is for conducting parliamentary, it got deleted, parliamentary appearance or affairs. Okay, so for his, because he is a MP and there are some expenses of his office, so this expense can be claimed, okay, from 85,000. So from 85,000, 15,000 per month can be deducted. Okay, so let's calculate, let's start. Okay, so first is income from profession. Computation of income from profession, write down. Computation of income from profession. Draw 3 columns, particulars, amount. Okay. Now write down consultation fees. First one was consultation fees, that is a professional income. Fees for special case, that is a professional income. And gift from client, 2,000. These are professional incomes. Correct? So consultation fees 1,75,000. Fees for special case 18,000. And gift from clients 2,000. So total comes to 1,95,000. Less professional expenses. Professional income minus professional expense. So let's see what all are the professional expense. You might have already marked. Correct? Office expense 16,000. Next, car expenses. Car expenses already calculated. 29,000, no, it's given 16,750. In the adjustment it is given 16,750. Next, depreciation on car. Depreciation on car. Correct? So depreciation on car is 1,25,000 into 15%, which comes to 18,750. Then 18,750 in this ratio. 18,750 into 16,750 divided by 29,000. Correct? So how much this comes to? 18,750 into 16,750 divided by 29,000. It comes to 10830. 10830. This is just calculation. Correct? When you total all the expenses, how much it comes to? 16,000 plus 16,750 plus 10830. Forty-three 580. 43 580. So income from profession comes to 1,51,420. So you have calculated income from profession, which comes to 1,51,420. Correct? He has other two incomes, which is income from house property and income from other source. Let's calculate income from house property first. So next heading, computation of income from house property. Make two columns, particulars amount. So income from house property, only two things are given. One is rent received. So let the rent received itself be GAV. You don't know anything else, correct? Which is 20,000. Less municipal tax paid. So municipal tax paid is 2,000, which is given in the question. correct? Local taxes on house 2000, it is given. So that means net annual value, I'll just write NAV. Net annual value will be 18,000, correct? Now there can be two deduction. One is interest on loan and another one is standard deduction, correct? Interest on loan, nothing is given about that. So just let's do standard deduction. Less standard deduction at the rate 30%, correct? So 18,000 into 30% is how much? 18,000 into 30%, it comes to 5,400. 5,400. So income from house property comes to 18,000 minus 5,400. 12,600. So my income from house property is 12,600. Okay. Next, income from other source. Computation of income from other source. Again, two columns, particulars, amount, let us see the list. Dividend is exempt. Interest on FD, interest on bank FD 9,000. First one is interest on bank FD. $9,000. Half share of profit from firm is exempt. Then director's fees 9,200. Director's fees 9,200. Next, interest on POSB account 1,000 up to 3,500 is exempt, correct? Okay, so these two are the income which is there in your income and expenditure account. See your adjustment 3. MP, he received 8,500 as salary per month. Okay, and he claims 15,000 as deduction for expenses of his office. Correct? So 85,000 is salary per month as a MP. So salary of MP which is 8,500 into 12. No, sorry, 85,000 into 12. 85,000 into 12 is how much? It comes to 10,20,000. 10,20,000 less office maintenance expense. Office maintenance expense 15,000 per month. So 15 into 12, which comes to 1,80,000, right? So 10,20,000 minus 1,80,000, it will come to 8,40,000. Correct? So his total income from other sources comes to 8,40,000 plus 9,000 plus 9,200. So 8,58,200 is his income from other source. Okay. Now you have calculated all his income. Let's total it. That would be his income from, that would be his total income. So computation of gross total income. Computation of gross total income two columns. Particulars and amount. Write down section 15. Income from salary. Nil. Second, section 22. Income from house property. How much it is? 12,600. Next, section 28. Income from profession. So income from profession, $1,51,420. Next, section 45, capital gains. Nil. Section 56, income from other source. $8,58,200. Please total it. You will get gross total income. $8,58,200 plus 151,420 plus 12600. So 10,22,220. 10,22,220 is the final answer. I hope everybody is able to understand. If any of you is not able to understand, please feel free to contact me. If you have any doubt, you can ping me on WhatsApp. Okay? So I hope everybody has understood how to solve this sum. Please copy down, okay? Okay. Now let's solve the next sum. Take down the question. Mr. X, a medical practitioner, provides following income and expenditure account. Now let's see his income side. By consultation fees, 4,25,000. So this is a professional income. Okay. Next, by visiting fees, 20,000. This is also a professional income. Next, by gains on horse race, 10,000. This is income from other source. Next, by profit on sale of security, short term. So that means this is a short term capital gain. Next, by dividend on shares, gross 5,000. Dividend on shares, assume that dividend is received from Indian company, so it is exempt. Next, interest on bank FD 3,000. This is income from other source. Next, after writing the question, whatever I am saying, please write down, okay? Take a pencil and note it down, okay? By interest on FD in companies, this is income from other source. Next, by gift from father, 1,000. This is gift from a relative, which is exempt. Okay. Now let's see all the expenses. To household expenses, 10,000. This is personal expense. You will ignore. To general expense, 90,000. This is professional expense. So this 90,000 can be deducted from professional income. Next, to traveling expenses, in the bracket personal it is given. So ignore. To charity and donation, that is also personal. Charity donations are personal. To income tax, that is also personal. Okay, you cannot claim deduction for paying tax. Okay. It is appropriation of income. Application of income, that's it. It is application of income. So income tax, that also you have to ignore. To salaries. So to salaries, that means there might be some employers, there might be some employees in his clinic or whatever. Okay. So he is paying salaries to them. So it is a professional expense. Next, gift to daughter is personal. To establishment expense is a professional expense. To surgical equipment. Now, surgical equipment is a depreciable asset. Okay. Equipments are used for more than 1 year. Okay. So, surgical equipment is a depreciable asset. Okay. So, you can claim depreciation on surgical equipment. To books. He is a doctor. He is buying books. Okay. So, that is also depreciable asset. So, again, you will claim depreciation on books. To life insurance premium, it is not professional, it is personal. Okay. Paying life insurance premium is personal. So, you will ignore. To property tax. Property tax, if there is any income from house property, then you can deduct this property tax. But when you saw the income side, there was no income from house property. There was capital gains and income from other source, correct? That's it. So there was no income from house property. So property tax, for now it is like personal only. Next, to interest on capital. Okay, this interest on capital, you just star mark it. Interest on capital is like he is the owner and he is only giving money to himself. I mean, he is paying money to himself. Okay, so this is not an expense, so you cannot claim it. Okay, when owner is paying to himself, that is not an expense, so you cannot subtract this interest on capital. Or he might have, yeah, you cannot subtract this interest on capital. He has put capital in his business and he is paying himself, so that is not an income, that is not an expense also. Okay, so this is not applicable, this expense is not applicable. To surplus, this is balancing figure. Next, let's see the adjustments. Received rupees 10,000 as gift from client, which is not included above. Okay, gift from client is a professional income. Next, general expenses included 20,000 spent in UK, where he has gone to learn latest techniques of surgery. Okay, this 20,000 he has spent to go to UK and learn some technique of surgery. So he has gone for professional work only, correct? So that 20,000 is professional expense. So not a problem. General expense 90,000 is also professional expense. So out of that 90,000, 20,000 is used to learn techniques of surgery. So it's okay. So both are professional expense only. So full 90,000 you can claim. Next, he celebrated the marriage of his daughter by spending 2 lakhs. When it is questioned by ITO, that is income tax officer, he could account only for 1 lakh. Okay, what has happened? Now this person, Mr. X, he has spent 2 lakh rupees on his daughter's wedding. Okay, and the ITO, that is income tax officer, asked him, this from where did you get this 2 lakh? So he could only say this 1 lakh, he could only account for 1 lakh. Okay, that means remaining 1 lakh he couldn't say from where he got. That means that 1 lakh is unexplained expenditure. Okay, so that means he should have some income not to spend. That means he did not show this income to income tax. Okay, so this 1 lakh will be taxable. So out of 2 lakh, 1 lakh he was able to say from where he got the money, but remaining 1 lakh he was not able to say. That means that is unexplained expenditure, and that you will add to your professional income. Okay. So unexplained expenditure, if you have spent some money, suppose I am not paying any tax, okay, and I have spent 10 lakhs rupees. Now income tax officer will ask me, from where did you get this 10 lakh? You have never showed that you have 10 lakhs. You have income of 10 lakh. Now I can say this 10 lakh I received from my relatives. Okay, then it's okay. But now I cannot say from where I am getting this 10 lakh. From where I got this 10 lakh. That means there I have some income which I did not show. Okay, so that means that 10 lakh was my income which I spend. Correct? So I have to pay tax on that 10 lakh. Similarly, here, out of 2 lakh, 1 lakh he was able to say from where he got, but remaining 1 lakh he couldn't explain. So that remaining 1 lakh he has to pay tax. There has to be an income to make spending. Okay. So now let's solve the sum. Computation of income from profession. Oops, sorry. Statement of income from profession. Two columns. particulars amount. First one is consultation fees, then visiting fees, and then gift from client. Consultation fees was 4,25,000. Then visiting fees 20,000, and then gift from clients. Gift from clients is 10,000. Correct? Horse race, security, dividend, interest, bank, that's it. Okay. Less professional expenses. Subtract all the professional expenses. First one was general expense. General expense 90,000. Out of this 90,000, 20,000 was spent in UK for surgical, to learn techniques of new surgery, techniques of surgery, latest techniques of surgery. Okay, that is also professional expense, so no problem. Okay. After general expense, traveling expense, personal, charity donation, personal, income tax, personal, salaries. Salaries 58,000. Gift to daughter, personal, establishment expense 1,000. Next, surgical equipment. Okay. Now, depreciation can be claimed on surgical equipment because surgical equipment is a depreciable asset. He was a doctor, correct? A medical professional. Okay, and surgical equipment was purchased, so he can claim depreciation on surgical equipments. All the equipments rate of depreciation is 15%. So depreciation on surgical equipments would be 4,000 into 15%. 4,000 into 15%, which comes to 600. And books he purchased for 1,200. Depreciation on books is what is the rate of depreciation on books? It is 40%, no? So 1,200 into 40%. You need to remember all the rates of depreciation. Okay, 1,200 into 40% is how much? 480. That's it. Total all the expenses and write in the outer column. Please use your calculator. Oops, I forgot to total this. Okay, now this is not the final answer because this 1 lakh adjustment 3, he has spent 2 lakhs, out of which only 1 lakh he could account. So remaining 1 lakh is again taxable, correct? So that you have to add back. So put a star mark. Deemed income for unexplained expenditure. Unexplained expenditure. Which is 1 lakh. So 4,04,920. This is total income from profession. Okay. Okay. Now next he has income from other source and he has income from capital gain. Capital gain there is only one, so there is no need to show it separately. Okay, we will show it in while calculating gross total income itself. Now let's calculate income from other source. Computation of income from other source. Two columns, particulars and amount. One is gains from horse race, gains on horse race, and interest on bank FD, interest on FD in companies. That's it. 3. Okay. Gains on horse race. In the bracket gross is given. That means this is the full income. Correct? If net was given, then what you will do? You know that from horse race 30% TDS is deducted. So if net was given, then you would have done divide by 70 into 100. Correct? If gains on horse race, suppose 7,000 is given and in the bracket net is given, then what you would have done? 7,000 divide by 70 into 100 because you want full amount. Net means TDS is deducted and then paid. Correct? So here gross is given. That means the full amount is only 10,000. Okay? If net is given, then you have to round it off. In case of horse race, gains from horse race, 30% TDS is deducted. Correct? So if net is given, that means in the statement only 70% is been shown. So then what you will do? You will do divide by 70 multiplied by 100. If net was given, then what you would have done? Suppose 10,000 net was given. Then what you would have done? 10,000 divided by 70 into 100. Whatever is the amount, that would be the income from horse race. But now in this case gross is given, so you can write the full amount as it is. Next, dividend on shares is exempt. Profit on sale of security 25,000 is short term capital gain. Interest on bank FD 3,000. And interest on FD in company. How much was the amount? 1,900. $14,900. Computation of gross total income. Two columns, particulars and amount. Write down section 15. Income from salary nil. Income from house property nobody will use shortcut nil. Income from profession $404,920. Capital gains. Under that I'll write down here short term capital gains on sale of security. Short term capital gain on sale of security. How much it is? 25,000. And then last one, section 56. Income from other sources. income from other sources, which is 14,900. Total it. Okay. I believe everybody is able to understand. This was the last problem for income from profession. Okay. From the next lecture, we will start income from business. Okay. Thank you very much, students. That's it for the day. See you in the next class. Have a great day.